Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Starting off, we are 14 days from Andor.
14?
I know.
That can't be right.
It's right. Look at calendar. It's right. 14 days.
14 days.
14.
My goodness.
It's coming. First story today. Giancarlo Esposito wants to appear as Moff Gideon in Massive's Star Wars video game.
Interesting.
Yeah, we know Massive does, like, huge open-worldy games. Like
Open-worldy,
Well,
yes.
they work a lot with Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And, like, they're doing the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora game.
Which you are excited for. You are a huge Avatar fan.
I'm a huge Avatar fan.
Yeah.
I've read some comic books.
Yeah, you really dig into it.
I went to the Cirque du Soleil show, which is canon.
Yes.
It was confirmed. It all started because I was working third shift at my job when Avatar was coming out on Blu-ray.
You had a retail
and
job.
I was injured, so they stuck me in electronics all night for like a month. because
And it was on repeat. You watched it 80 times.
It was on repeat over and over again, so I have seen Avatar.
Maybe more than any other human on the planet. It's
Possibly.
possible.
It's up
Probably
there.
not. I'm sure there's some crazier fan than you, but...
Speaking at a Q&A at a Fan Expo Canada 2022, Giancarlo joked that he wanted to reprise his role as Moff Gideon for Massive's upcoming Star Wars video game. This was started by Reddit Star Wars Leaks First. The writer of Massive's Star Wars game has worked with him before on Far Cry 6, where Giancarlo played the villain. And it seems that
he played a villain?
That they know each other and probably enjoyed working with each other, seeing as Esposito does have his phone number.
Ooh.
If for some reason Moff Gideon did appear in that, it would give us at least a time period for this, right?
Well, if he might just be saying it with no idea of the time period.
That's very true. Maybe he's just like, hey, you guys are writing a game, huh? Maybe write Moff Gideon into it.
I mean, he is a Moff. We know he's obviously a Moff. That's huge in the Empire. That's a regional governor essentially. That's kind of second down more or less from Palpatine himself, especially after they disband the Senate. So, I mean, he is a major player, so he could potentially be a big time threat in the time period. And we know he messes with Mandalore, so there's a lot of potential to do a lot with his backstory. Is
Absolutely.
What I'm saying in a very roundabout way.
Esposito also spoke more about Moff Gideon, talking about wardens who were created and assigned geographic sectors to watch over across the galaxy. And according to him, Gideon realized he was stronger than all the other wardens and started planning to make them listen to him, to follow him, seemingly with the objective of governing them all himself.
Are wardens just another fancy name for Moffs? Is that?
Who knows?
Because they already have a lot of names. Like I said, regional governors and...
It
is what
could
they
just
originally
be what
were.
they in-house call themselves. I don't really know.
Maybe that's the cool kids club. They just, hey, fellow warden, but they only.
I'm warden of this sector.
Probably not. But it sounds like he's trying to gain kind of influence over the other Moffs. I'm assuming.
Esposito then spoke about Gideon becoming drunk with power, though it's not clear really if this is part of his backstory or something that'll come up in the future with storylines, or maybe we're going to get a book or comic explaining the origins of Moff Gideon, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to see maybe where he was in an earlier stage of his life where he really...
His rise to power and what he truly did. And
so maybe we'll see him in some media outside of The Mandalorian, maybe
he gets
even
his
a
own
comic
show.
book.
Come on now.
His
Let's
own
do it.
spin-off show.
Everybody gets their own. So you get a show and you get a show.
Just a game. A video game.
The game would be cool. If he was like the central antagonist to a... Yeah, I'm down for that. Like I've said before, I think he's the best villain in the Disney era, arguably.
He's very good.
He's just... The guy is made to be a villain. I'm sorry. I every time I say that, I feel so
He's
terrible.
just wonderful at playing a villain.
He sounds, from every interview and everything I've ever seen of him, he sounds like a really nice, awesome guy. And it's like, you make a really good bad guy. But no, I'm down for that. I'm cool with that.
All right, next story today. We've got stages being built for filming, woohoo, in Berkshire.
Overseas, across the pond.
This location is kind of the same they used for the Resistance base on Dakar from The Last Jedi.
Why do you whisper that? As if not everybody cares about that.
Top guesses are it's the Acolyte's going to be using this spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Building sets again.
Mm-hmm. Brooklyn Live has reported that new sets near Shinfield Studios will be put to use for a show that planning documents indicate are going to begin filming in October this year, ending before April next year. That's the exact filming window
for the Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
What about Skeleton Crew?
I don't know when their filming window is.
Oh.
I don't think we've heard much in the way of casting for it aside from Jude Law.
Well, that's all you need, right?
The publication noted that Shinfield Studios is shooting for a new show, which they cannot identify at this time. It's believed to be Star Wars, given that Disney agreed to be their first client.
Okay.
Yeah. So 4 temporary stages have been built for the new Thames Valley Science Park facility, but when completed, Shinfield Studios will have 18 stages in total there. There are 2 productions for Star Wars shooting in the UK before the end of the year, the first season of The Acolyte, and the final season of Andor.
Which is so sad to say, because like we're about to get season 1.
I know.
Like, hey, we're going to film the final season now.
But like I said, The Acolyte is the one that matches up with that shooting schedule. Andor is not supposed to start filming till November, so Acolyte seems more likely. Indeed.
I'm curious if they're building sets, though. I mean, the volume, right? Maybe are they?
Not everything is going to be volume.
That's good. I don't hate the volume. I think it's amazing technology, but I'm always kind of happy to hear when they're not using the volume. I prefer that more realistic look. And the volume just doesn't. It's not quite there. You can. I think most of the time you can kind of feel you got this kind of.
Well, you can tell some directors seem to be masters of the volume and managing that spatial awareness, and others.
No, not so
much. Use it as
protectively. Yeah.
All right, last main article today, I guess. Book of Boba Fett actually won some of the an award in the Creative Arts Emmys.
No, not for like best story or anything like that.
Outstanding visual effects. So then those VFX artists are getting some acknowledgement for their hard
space
work.
Vespas and stuff. Yeah. I'm kidding. That I mean, I don't know that the Book of Boba Fett looked amazing. I mean, it looks good. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, does it look really good? Sure. Compared to some of the other things we've seen, like Mandalorian, like season 1 felt really, really good. Season 2 felt good. This one, I just feel like they've gotten, I don't want to use the word lazier, but maybe cheaper with some of the effects in Boba Fett and Obi-Wan.
I think it's because they're rushing the artists.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've heard what goes on.
The horror stories from the artists, so let's not forget that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel horrible for them. Like, probably just crazy hours, handful of people, and you're going to produce something that's going to be watched by millions of people. That's just not cool, man.
Yeah, so it had 4 nominations, but it took home the one for Outstanding Special Effects in a Season or a Movie. Also up for the award in that category were Stranger Things, The Witcher, Lost in Space, and Foundation. Sadly, elsewhere, Star Wars Visions lost out to Netflix's Love, Death, and Robots in the Outstanding Short-Form Animated Program category.
We've watched a few of those. They're pretty good.
They are. They're very interesting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's move on to everyone's favorite segment of the week, which was delayed via holiday. New this week in Star Wars, etc. I'm going to stop. I've told you. You're not allowed to do that. Today, The Art of Star Wars Visions comes out. I am very curious. I would love to read this book, but I don't think I would want to buy it. You know what I mean? I want to look at it and read it.
You want to own it without purchasing it?
No, I don't want to own it. I just want to look at it once, and I'll probably be done.
Yeah, it's one of those I don't know. There's probably some cool tidbits in there too.
Right.
I'm surprised you didn't order it.
I didn't.
I kind of rely on you to order everything.
You do.
Yeah.
It's like I'm your personal manager.
Thanks for making me sound like a asshat. I'm going to just say it.
Okay. You should feel honored. It would be treating you more like an asset.
Ooh, okay.
Wednesday for comics is Star Wars 27, where they continue to do stuff.
Great. Stuff will happen in the 27th issue of Star Wars.
Lots more filler.
Yeah.
Of time that we didn't need filler for.
Well, tell us how you really feel about the comics.
Not all of them are bad. Thursday is Disney Plus Day, so the new Obi-Wan Kenobi making of documentary will be available on Disney Plus. Hopefully some new announcements as well. I am hoping for a new Bad Batch trailer and confirmation of the release date.
Don't we have D23 on Saturday though?
I'm not done talking.
But I'm just saying, isn't that a contradiction? To give announcements here and then announcements there.
Announcements at Disney Plus Day announce stuff strictly for Disney Plus. Thursday is also a busy day because the 4th episode of She-Hulk will grace us all with her presence. In the afternoon,
more twerking.
The D23 Games panel will be streamed at 3 p.m. Central.
Okay.
Yeah, so Thursday we got D23 Games panel with some news maybe. I know they featured Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, in the announcement of the panel, so maybe some DLC that's more than just the character pack. I would be up for that.
That would be nice. Mm-hmm. I've given my thoughts on DLC character packs before. I'm not overly impressed with them. I've beat the game. I don't need to...
You don't need more characters to not do anything with?
Yes.
Late night will also be episode 3 of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Friday continues D23, but I don't know if anything interesting is going to be happening there. But Saturday,
something
D23
interesting, probably
is
just
better.
that we might not care about, but yeah.
D23 on Saturday will have a Marvel/Lucasfilm panel at 12 p.m. Central Time. It's supposed to be streamed. New announcements abound, and we will make a follow-up to condense that news for you. Then Saturday is House of the Dragon episode 4 to round out the week. Sunday.
Yes. It's a busy week, and that's just the random stuff we kind of cover.
Yeah.
Speaking of House of Dragon, we're actually going to review that.
It's all on you, man. It's all on you.
Why is that on me?
Because it is.
No, but I think we'll try to get to that one. We haven't reviewed the last 2 episodes, so it's been, a spoiler alert, it's actually been pretty good.
I've enjoyed.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all we got for you this time, so take to the comments below, tell us what you thought of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.